Good afternoon and welcome inside the Millbrook First Nations Arena here at the Rath Eastlink Community Centre. Today on High Button Sports we have some Nova Scotia Under-15 Major Hockey League action on the docket as the visiting Western Hurricanes are in town to play the hometown Truro Bearcats. Noah Poirier with you on the call, courtesy of High Button Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Bearcats had an off day yesterday, but coming off a win last Sunday at home against the ACA Rangers. Always a tough matchup there. The Rangers were sitting in fourth place at that time. Bearcats able to beat them 2-0. Still sit in ninth in league standings with a record of 5-7-0-1. The Hurricanes coming off a loss yesterday down in Berwick against the Valley Wildcats. 4-1 score in that one. They're at the bottom of the standings right now with a 1-13 record, but a big victory, their first of the year last weekend against the second place Warewell Bombers down in Yarmouth. A 4-2 victory there has to do good for the confidence as we're underway here at the Rec for another Sunday afternoon matinee game. It's cleared down the ice by the Hurricanes. Won't be enough for icing, and the assistant captain Seth Lockyer back to pick it up for the Bearcats. Second leader scorer for this Bearcat squad, 13 points on the year, trailing just this man with the puck right now, Lincoln McDonald, the captain. 10 goals and 5 assists, leads all Bearcats in scoring, and he has the puck behind the net. Back to the point, Lockyer looking for some open space. That shot was deflected on. Stop is made by Marcus Tanner. Tanner wearing number 30. He's looking for his first victory on the campaign. It was Joseph McMullen who got the W last weekend against the Bombers. It's Truro starting netminder Chase Grandy sends it ahead. Grandy may have been the it factor in that game as he makes the glove save there off a point shot. Chase Grandy, excellent last game against the Rangers. Stopped over 30, and one of the main reasons why the Bearcats were able to win that game. It was a 3-2 victory, against the Rangers. I was thinking another game the weekend before against the Rage. As a shot comes in, just missed wide off the stick of Clough. It was Lincoln McDonald who scored late in that game against the Rangers last weekend to preserve the victory, but they wouldn't have got there if it wasn't for Grandy, who makes another kick save there. Shot comes in from the point. Bowen McNutt has his stick lifted. Spinning and firing was Why Not. Western Hurricanes leading score. Back to point. Blinn sends one on goal. Might have been deflected in front off the stick of Santo. So he gets knocked to the ice. Fresh off the bench. Pass misses its mark, but the Hurricanes able to keep it in momentarily. McNutt misses the clearing attempt as he's watched closely by Churchill. Comes all the way back out and dumped right back in by Mood. Ross touched with a high stick on the play, and we'll get a whistle. 12:50 to go here in this first period. Yeah, the Bearcats with a rare off day yesterday on the Saturday. Playing next weekend on the road, and then we'll finish out their pre-Christmas schedule. As a big hit there by Sidney Scott. We'll finish out their pre-Christmas schedule back here next Sunday afternoon, same time, same place, when they face the Dartmouth Whalers. This is the Bearcats and the Hurricanes' first meeting in regular season play this year. Scott sends it in front on the doorstep. Stanfield had pinched up. He didn't get a lot on it, but Tanner was able to make the save. Gets stuck on the side of the goal, so it'll be whistled down. Quick changes as McDonald will come in to take the draw. Kept in by Wadden. Coleman cuts to the middle. Shoot! Save made by Tanner. Ripley will knock it out of the air and cycle it beyond the goal line. Back behind the net, Tenwold battling with his man, one of the second-year players on this Hurricanes team. Back the other way, Hossein hooked up, no call on the play, and the Bearcats come away with it. Wadden will flip it down deep into the western zone. It's tipped up and deflected out of play. Both teams will make changes here. Shots 3-2 for the Hurricanes here in the early going. Face-off will stay inside the visitor zone. Clow in to take the draw against the Hurricanes captain, Bear Dimmel. One by Truro, back to point. Lockyer will walk the line. Couldn't find a shooting lane. It's picked up by Dimmel. He'll get over the red line. Will cut in. Sends it towards the middle. Bennett trying to corral it. Tries to weave by Lockyer, but takes a bump from the Truro defenseman. Pulled free. Dimmel trying to get to the middle. Clow able to pick it up. He'll shovel it ahead, but it's turned over. Why not? Just lost an edge. Bennett will spin. Tried to pass it in front to Dimmel, but he's stripped by Frizzle. Frizzle works outside in. Stays with it. Jacob Frizzle had his stick lifted. Had Miller with him as well. He'll support. Back to Clow. Clow shoots. Save made by Tanner. Rebounds there. Miller trying to wrap it around. Comes loose. Frizzle couldn't get a shot on it. Merriweather will wind and fire. A good glove save made by Tanner. As he stops a quick barrage from the Bearcats. Kept in by Truro, rimmed around by Sidney Scott. Hurricanes are first on it, but they lose it, and Stanfield will cycle it down low. Pulled free, a little give and go. Chipped up ahead, Tenwold. Leave it for D'Entremont. D'Entremont down the near side, centering it, looking for Tenwold. He was watched over by Michaud. Dion will cycle it down low. Tenwold looking in front, goes all the way back to the point. Hughes was unable to handle. First on it is Alex Knock. He'll stop up. Take it himself. He'll circle back. Rims it all the way around. Webb, fresh off the bench, stays with it, absorbs a check, gets the better of his man. McKenzie in off the point. Sends one towards the goal, but missed. Down low, here's Webb. Back pass out in front. McKenzie pinching it off the point. Overskated it. Back the other way is Tenwold. Tenwold weaves in, couldn't get the shot through. Here's Mason Holman. Pass across. McDonald, curl and drag. Shot just missed high. Comes out, McDonald had his stick tied up. Sent back in deep by McKenzie. Lincoln McDonald, the only Bearcat to hit double digits in terms of goals this year so far, and even 10 on the season. It's pinched ahead, now an odd man rush. Back the other way, Santo has the puck. Santo in, shoot! Save made by Grandy, and he's able to find it and cover it up. 9:15 to go here on this first period. Still awaiting the game's first goal. Jacob Santo with an excellent chance there for the Western Hurricanes. Comes out in front. Holman will get it ahead for Ripley. Ripley will chip and chase. He battles with Ferguson. Holman couldn't find it. It's picked up by the visitors. Here's Santo again. Santo in over the line, trying to weave in. He's angled off by Wadden, but it's picked up. Shot comes in, another save by Grandy. This time it was off the stick of Xander Churchill. One-timer from the point, missed just wide from Corkum. Back the other way, Lincoln McDonald will gain the red line, dump it in as the Bearcats need changes. Lockyer, chip it past his man. Corkum sends it ahead. Western back away in transition. Dimmel, shot. Used the defender as a screen as he put it right through the legs of Miller. Grandy able to make the stop. Dimmel back to the point. Corkum trying to find it. He does. Comes loose in front. Shot kicked aside. So why not stopped it just beyond the blue paint. Got a slow shot away. Randy able to kick the leg out. Sent to the middle, picked up by Lockyer. He'll just get it out of harm's way. Clough will give chase. So the defender looks behind him and sends it ahead. Bennett, that was too far for him. Peter Mayweather able to get it ahead, but Blinn will pinch up and pick it off. Blinn, his shot. That's punched away by Grandy. Good pressure here from the Hurricanes. So that's dumped in cross corner by Mood Ross. Merriweather ahead, tipped by Frizzle. Mood Ross will just slap it right back in to the Truro end. McNutt looks, fans on his passing attempt. It's Hossein all over him. McDonald spins around, stays with it. Trying to looking for some open space. McNutt will send it ahead. Here's Frizzle. Has a man with him, drops off. McDonald, pass through the seam. Holman, shoot, save made by Tanner. Frizzle was on the doorstep. Good passing play from the Bearcats, but an even better save by Tanner as the Hurricanes will ice the puck. McDonald with a quick pass through the seam. Miller was all alone in front, got the shot away. Tanner made the save. Was able to knock it away to a place where Frizzle couldn't get the rebound. Shot comes in by Michaud. That missed, and Scott will send it down low. D'Entremont was the first on it. He's worked over by Stanfield down low. Pulled free by the Hurricanes. Ahead, Hossein will shovel it through, picked off by Keegan Webb. Webb chips it ahead. Here's Stanfield. And shot, scores! Scott will go pick up that puck. It's Jackson Stanfield's first in the Nova Scotia U15 Major Hockey League, and it's a pretty one. Fired one up and over the shoulder of Marcus Tanner, and the Bearcats draw first blood here with 6:29 left to go in the first period. Stanfield, one of a handful of first-year players on this Bearcat team. A healthy mix of rookies and second years. It's one of those rookies that draws the first blood here in this one. Back the other way, here's Frizzle. Nice toe drag shot. Good kick save was made. Now behind that, Clough trying to center it to Frizzle. Clough gets it back behind the net. Back to the point, Michaud to Frizzle. There's two teammates on the under-13 AAA Bearcats last year. Hurricanes trying to punch it ahead. Miller stays with it, but it's pulled free. Churchill gets it out. McKenzie will send it right back in. Webb and McKenzie with the assists on Stanfield's first. As they battle in the far side corner here. Bearcats able to chop it out, but it's picked up. And Knock will settle it down behind the net. Hits a couple skates. Good spin move by Chambers to get out of harm's way. Santo ended up taking a bump, and the Bearcats get it back. Miller got over the line and got it in deep. Clough and Hughes will battle for position down low. Clough comes away with it. In front, good pass. It got through a couple pairs of skates. Miller was all alone on the doorstep. McEachern back down low to Miller. Back up top, McEachern. Shot through traffic is blocked. Back the other way is Dimmel. Dimmel looking for options. He had most of his teammates changing. Tenwold was going to the net. Hurricanes unable to get anything through. Corkum able to get it deep. Lockyer first on it. Tried to use the end boards. Ended up taking out his man and recovering. Fans on the pass attempt. Lockyer Has to be careful. Send it back behind the net to McEachran. Tenwold will be first on it. Pass out. Dimmel shot. Save made by Grandy. Rebounds there. Another save by Chase Grandy. So the Hurricanes have had their looks here in this first period. Corkum will send it behind the net. That missed everybody. Picked up by Lincoln McDonald. Looking cross ice for Miller. Settle down. Ripley shoots. That's blocked. Big hit. Wynot was knocked down by McDonald. Now back the other way. Wynot's going to give chase. Wynot has some room. Over skated it. Sends it to the middle. Tenwold settles it down. Shot. Save made by a Grandy. Sent ahead. McDonald. Looking for Ripley. That's taken away by Bennett. He takes a bump, but it's picked up by McDonald. D'Entremont's going to stay with him. Gains the line and dumps it down deep. So Bearcats will get a change in. Corkum. Rink-wide pass. Missed its mark. McKenzie will be first on it with 3.5 left in this first period. Nice pass through the middle. The goal scorer Stanfield sends one in on goal. Didn't get much on it. Tanner make the stop and cover up. 3:20 to go. Stanfield tried to get possession off the draw. He had his stick lifted by Blinn. Will send it ahead. Sent right back in by Peter Merriweather. Blinn will collect it. Pass it ahead for Dion. Dion, cross ice pass. Looking for the return feed. Bennett will just get the line and send it in deep. Merriweather up ahead. Stanfield will try to tip it ahead. Bennett pinched in. Takes a bump, but he holds the puck to the boards. Kenzie through the middle for Scott. Scott weaves back to the outside and poke it past Blinn and give chase. Mood Ross first on it, but Scott stays with him and rims it behind the net. Chipped ahead, but Webb will stay on it. He'll throw it down though. Picked up by Scott. Scott trying to go out to the point. It was deflected. Hurricanes able to pick up. Chipped out by Blinn. Icing waved off. Lockyer. Long pass through the middle. That's deflected by Churchill. Nice drop pass there, and Churchill has some space. Tried to move to the inside. He's angled off by Michaud. Here's Hudson Dill. He'll go off the boards and out, wearing number 7 for Truro in this game. Affiliate player called up from U15 AA. But caught in the skates of Blinn. He hasn't been able to get off yet. Takes a weird bounce, comes out in front. Ripley with a shot and an even better pad save made by Tanner. Chipped ahead, picked up Ripley. Pass it across Lockyer. Over the blue line, will try to weave his way in. As he knocks Mood Ross down, but Mood Ross took the hit to make the play, and the Hurricanes are able to get it out. Penalty upcoming as Lockyer took a hack on the back of his leg. Truro will go to the power play. Or excuse me, it's going to be Lockyer going off for cross-checking. So the Hurricanes will go to the power play here with 1:18 to go. One extra shot to Mood Ross when he was down. Enough to draw the ire of the officials. Shots 11-9 in favor of Western, but Chase Grandy on his toes early. Cleared to the line, kept in by Mood Ross. Over to Corkum. Down low. Pass cross ice. McKenzie knocked his man down, and Scott will get it to the neutral zone. Dimmel keeps it in as we come to the last minute to play in the first. That pass, it's a skate. Miller will flip it ahead. Corkum goes D to Mood Ross. He'll look rink wide. Dimmel. Pick it up as the Hurricanes look to set up. Dimmel, shot off the stick of McNutt and up and into the netting. 41 seconds left here in this first period. And look here, I noticed this last weekend. Chase Grandy, he's always out of his net, giving instructions to his guys for the defensive zone draws. Almost like a catcher in baseball. Goalie has to let everybody know where they should be as it comes out. Grandy holding the post, a couple whacks at it, and he's able to make the stop. Puck comes loose to the side of the net. If not, we'll just try to leave it there. So battle with D'Entremont behind the net. It comes out. It's flipped to the wall. McNutt fanned on it. He'll just send it back to Lex McKenzie. 10 seconds to go in the period. Ripley will do the rest and get it out the neutral zone. One more chance. They'll have to hurry it sent in, but that'll do it. As the first period comes to a close. Hurricanes put up 13 shots on Truro, but Chase Grandy standing tall early on. It's Jackson Stanfield's first in the Nova Scotia Under-15 Major Hockey League that plays the difference so far. Quick break and we'll be back for the second period. 42 seconds of power play time left for the Hurricanes to start the middle frame. Back for the second period, as mentioned. The Hurricanes start off with 42 seconds left in the penalty to lock here. Corkum, cross for Mood Ross. He'll gain the line. So visitors look to set up, drop back. Santo will flip it down low. See battle in the corner. Mood Ross pinches up. Here's Why Not. Shot, save made by Grandy. Scott will find it and send it the length of the ice. Lincoln McDonald first on it. Tried to center it to Scott. They'll switch positions. Scott stays with it. That'll pretty much do it for the penalty with just 2 seconds left. Wadden will send it in deep, and the Bearcats kill off the first penalty of the game. As McDonald bumps Dimmel, but Dimmel able to stay with it and will skate it ahead, the Hurricanes captain. Dimmel in over the blue line, stays with it, try to drop it back. Does get it to Corkum. Dimmel back to Corkum. Steps into it. That's deflected wide of the goal. Michaud will rim it around. McKenzie ahead looking for Dill. That's too far. Won't have enough on it for icing as Corkum back to collect on his own end. Stop up. McKenzie in off the point. Comes in, stays with it. Lex McKenzie out front for Dill. Couldn't get a stick on it. McKenzie will cut to the middle, sends one towards the goal. Save made by Tanner. Michaud will pinch in. Pass out in front, looking for Webb. Knocked out, 10-wold. Leave it for Dion. Dion poked off his stick by McKenzie. He'll chip it back ahead. Hughes will knock it back out to neutral ice. Dion. Being hassled, picked up here by Keegan Webb. Drives to the middle, stays with it. Good play by Hughes to take the body. Hurricanes are able to clear. 10-wold. And over the line, his shot wide on the blocker side of Grandy. McEachern couldn't get it out. Dion kept it in. Second chance, McEachern does get it through. Here's Frizzle. Cuts to the middle. Chips it through and will give chase. Jacob Frizzle. Down low, back to the point. McEachern. Shot through traffic, save made. Rebounds there for Clough, and they score! Puck stayed loose, and Jacob Clough able to knock it in on the doorstep, and Truro will take a 2-0 lead. Tanner made the initial save off of McEachern, but couldn't find it. And a couple whacks from Clough. The puck was still loose. He's able to knock it through the 5-hole of the Western goaltender. Give the Bearcats a lead. Donald, his shot wide. Cochran with a lone assist. Chambers dishes it off behind him. McEachern will keep it in once again. Churchill lost an edge, but stays with it. Sends it through. Chipped ahead. Here's Chambers. And over the line, his shot blocked away by Grandy. Chambers, good reverse hit, but then he takes a big bump of his own by Holman. Back the other way, McDonald able to find Ripley. Cuts outside, tried to go back inside, but kept off stride by Corkum. Holman bumps his man. Hurricanes are able to get it out. Here's Bennett. Bennett will gain the red line, and he'll chase in after it. Pinball's in on Chase Grandy, and he'll cover up. Just about 3.5 gone in the second period. Jacob Clough with an early goal to extend the Bearcats' lead to 2. Face off to the left of the Truro netminder. One back by Sidney Scott. Lockyer around the wall. Stanfield open the scoring in this one. His pass too far for his man. Mood Ross will go D-to-D. Blaine was unable to get it ahead. Stanfield sends it to the middle. That's picked up by Wynot as Stanfield took a big hit. Grandy won't take any chances as he has Bennett barreling it on him. He'll cover up once again. Dimmel in to take the draw against the most recent Truro goal scorer, Clough. Kenzie rims it around. Blinn stops it at the line, keeps it in. Puck comes free, spinning and firing, scores! Bear Dimmel able to stop the puck up, spin, and put one into the top corner. The Hurricanes captain brings it back to a 1-goal deficit. It's now 2-1. Seventh goal on the year for the Hurricanes captain, Dimmel. And they needed that one. They've had their chances, up to 16 shots now. Finally able to beat Grandy. Michel long pass ahead. Dill will chip it in. Blinn picks it up for the visitors. Blinn and Wynot with the assists. McDonald chips it ahead, but a good play by Mood Ross to stay with it along the boards, and he'll just keep poking until it finally gets out of the zone. Chipped ahead, here's Scott. Head looking for McDonald, couldn't find it. McDonald will give chase, trying to center it to Dill, who was going towards the net. Lockyer keeps it in, walks the line. Turned it over momentarily. McEachern will fleece it back in. Bearcats will have to tag up. That gives Mood Ross some time. Send it ahead, Hossein. Knocked off stride. He's able to pick the puck back up. Long pass ahead. Cochran will chip it back ahead. Dill. Chip it back in deep. Cochran holds the line. Rim down low. Donald will take a peek behind him. Out front. Goes through everybody. Cochran. Long pass ahead. That one will be icing. Fourteen and a half to go here in this second period. Another offensive zone draw for the Hurricanes. Shot by Hughes is blocked by Claude. Dion gets it behind the net. Dion back to the point. D-to-D pass. Hughes looking for some space. Nice move to get by his man. Shot comes in off the mask of Grandy. He stops it. Hurricanes continue to push. Tenwold jockeyed for position, but Lockyer able to spin it away. Tenwold gets it back beyond the goal line, trying to weave past Miller. Miller stays with it. Check, that's Holman. Dion into the middle, back to the point for Hughes. D-to-D pass, knock. Down low for Tenwold. Tenwold will cut back up top. Spin, sends one towards the net, looking for a deflection. That missed. Dion. Down low, back in front, looking for Tenwold in the give and go. Clow will chip it ahead. Ripley gives chase. He's able to get it out. Tenwold will spin around. Nice move to get past one. He'll skate it in himself. Tenwold stops up. Pass it across. Picked off by Clow. Unable to clear his Truro. Lockyer. Pass. That misses everybody. Another icing against Truro. They'll be unable to change. Tired unit on for the Bearcats as Western pressing for the tying goal. Now shooting the Bearcats 16-13 as that shot fired by Corkum. Unable to hold the line. Ferguson will send it back in. Stanfield battles with his man, comes out in front. Why not? Settles it down. Shoot, save made by Grandy. Rebound, another save. Puck still loose, cleared to the corner by Lockyer. Hurricanes able to keep it in. Sidney Scott revs around his own net. Chips it up ahead to Stanfield. Stanfield trying to give him the return feed. Back the other way, here's Dimmel. Dimmel down the right side, has some room. Shoots, just missed on the far side. Why not? His shot gloved down by Grandy as he'll relieve some pressure. Face off to the right of Grandy as the Hurricanes continue to press. Kenzie. To the head. It's a skate and mood Ross, so it'll be no icing. Webb gives chase against Blinn. Blinn comes away with it. Lucas lost it momentarily. Blinn back to collect on his own end. On the wall, chipped ahead, kept in by McKenzie. Santo will send it back to point. McKenzie holds the line, shot. Blocked. Stanfield down low for Webb. Webb cycles it off for Scott. Scott takes a bump, but gets it to Stanfield. Back up top, Wadden walks the line. His shot through traffic. Batted away, but it's batted with a high stick. Face-off will stay inside the Hurricane zone. 11:33 to go here in the second period. Jacob Clow scoring early in the period here to give Truro 2-0 lead before Bear Dimmel was able to bring the Hurricanes back within one. Here's Tenwold trying to use that size to bully his way through, but couldn't. Back the other way, Knock gives chase. Chip it ahead. Merriweather gains the line, and he'll dump it in deep. Tenwold has it. He'll chip it ahead. Back the other way, one-on-one. Dion tried to drag it through. Shot comes loose. McNutt poke it aside. Two Hurricanes still pressuring down low. Pass out in front to Tenwold. Puck's there. Grandy will smother it. Tenwold was right on the doorstep. Didn't get much of a shot away, but Grandy able to find it. The Hurricanes not playing like a 1-13 team, that's for sure. Like I mentioned last week, they beat the second place Werewolf Bombers. it just shows that their game any night as that dumping attempt comes in on goal and is covered up by Tanner. Faceoff will come, keeping the Western zone. Not a lot of time spent here in the past couple minutes. So Hurricanes have been pressing for that equalizer. Chipped ahead, turned over, why not? Tried to pass it off. Turned over, why not gets it back. Dimmel, back to point, Corkum, shot, saved by Grandy, rebound comes loose. Makes another save. Kept in by the Hurricanes. Holman. Back behind is that Bennett, first on it. Centering pass tipped away by Michaud. Winding and firing is Corkum, but a good glove save made by Grandy. Another offensive zone draw for the Hurricanes. They win it cleanly. Corkum. Passed off, shot by Ferguson. It's blocked. Kenzie will send it ahead. Picked back up by Corkum. Retreat, sends it up the wall. Hossein will dish it off for Dimmel. Clearing attempt goes into the Hurricanes bench. Faceoff will come inside. Truro end. McCackern. D pass to McKenzie. He'll go back to McCackern. Pass to the middle. Scott. Flip it ahead and give chase. Unable to clear. Hard hit by Webb. Bearcats are able to clear now. Blend first on it. Stanfield able to pick it off, and he'll get it in deep. Rimmed around. Hossein. Takes a bump, but he gets it to the middle. Picked up by Santo. Santo cuts to the middle, stays with it. Couldn't get the shot through. Churchill finds it in his skates. Cycle back down low, Santo. Kenzie able to poke it free. Good work down low by the Hurricanes. Glove down, Churchill takes a bump. Bearcats get it to the line. Kept by Blinn, he takes a bump. Moved Ross. Pass to the middle for Santo on the backhand. Save made by Grandy. Extra whack. And Truro's not going to like that. We'll get a bit of a meeting of minds behind the net. Shot off the draw, missed wide. D'Entremont trying to cycle down low. Tenwold bumps his man into the wall. It's knocked free. Here's Dill. Pass it off for Holman. Holman drives wide, has some speed, and stays with Holman in. Shot. Try to go 5-hole. Good save by Tanner. Pass across. Dill finds it in his feet. His shot gloved away. McDonald trying to weave his way in. Leaves it for Holman. In front, shoveled on net by McDonald. Holman will pick it up, hands it off. Shot from the point by Wadden is blocked. Cleared away by the Hurricanes as they relieve some pressure and will ice the puck. Good shift there from the two second years. Holman and McDonald, Dill on their wing as well. Mixing it up in front of the net. Face off to the right of Marcus Tanner. Shot from the point. A couple sticks. Clow battles with Knock. Miller, cycle back down low for Clough. Clough, in front, Frizzle shoots and scores! Jacob Frizzle restores the 2-goal lead as he goes 5-hole. On Marcus Tanner off a nice feed behind the net from Clough. The Bearcats, after a flurry of pressure from the Hurricanes over the last few minutes, are able to take a bit of wind out of their sails. But it's sent ahead and back the other way. Now Bennett has a step. Bennett in. Wines fires. Good save by Grandy. A bullet from Bennett. Orcom back down low. Sent ahead Stanfield. Rink wide to Webb. Here's Keegan Webb. Dump it down. Lower the shoulder. He'll give chase. Corkum gets it behind the net. Bennett to the middle. Michaud with a good read to keep it in momentarily. Stanfield able to keep it in as well as he gets knocked to the ice. Here's Webb. Shot save is made by Marcus Tanner. Up the wall, Bennett. Pass ahead looking for Wynot. Wynot, good one-handed chip. Is he able to get past his man? Wynot on the backhand, missed wide. Donald, he takes a bump. Comes out, paddle to the side. Point shot from Mood Ross. Donald long pass ahead, picked up by Lucas as he's able to pick that off, but it's turned right back over to Holman. Holman in over the line, drops it back to McDonald. Trying to find it on his feet. Down low for Holman. Holman back to the point, McKenzie. Walks the line, pass it back off for Holman. Holman. Cross ice pass, Ripley sells it down, sends one on net, and the save is made by Tanner. Just over 6 to play here in the second period. Free Frizzle, cuts to the middle. He's able to keep it in momentarily. Blinn knocked in the wall. Miller in front. Picked up Clough. Spin and fire it. Miller to Frizzle. Back down low for Miller. Didn't get a lot on his pass. Pinching up is McCachran. Miller back down low for Clough. Whoa! Sends it in front. It's a cross crease attempt, hit a skate. Shot comes in. That's deflected by Clough up and over the net. Cleared to the line. McCachran will chip it through. Miller to Clough. Clough sells it down. Tried to weave inside. He's stripped by Blinn. He'll start out back the other way. Blinn catches the line. He'll throw it in deep. Grandy will glove that down. 5:05 to go here. Jacob Frizzle's goal has given the Bearcats their 2-goal cushion back. Puck off the draw will make its way in on goal. Covered up once again by Grandy, who has 25 saves already. Shots 26-18 in favor of the Hurricanes. Chase Grandy, another outstanding effort here so far. Back to point, Hughes passes it off. Tenwold down low, looking for the return feed. Went through his legs. Webb will go off the glass and out. As Hughes tries to collect it on his feet, he gets it ahead to Dion. Here's Wadden. Knock. Up ahead looking for Dion. It kind of got caught in no man's land, but the Hurricanes able to get it out. Hughes takes a bump. He finds Dion. Dion weaves his way in. Still with it. He'll go back to the point to Hughes as he takes a big check. Hughes will wind and fire. That shot's blocked by Webb. Odd man rush back the other way if they hurry. Scott to Webb. Back through the middle. Scott trying to pass it across. Hit a skate. Knock will knife it ahead for Dion. Dion ahead. Tenwold. Gains the red line. He'll dump it in as Grandy comes out of his net. That's in front. Tenwold trying to weave his way in. Cleared away by Truro. Stanfield sends it ahead. Icing waved off. Ferguson. Long pass up through the middle. Icing waved off once again. Grandy will cover up once again with 3.5 to play here in this middle frame. Face off one. Shot comes in. That's deflected. Pinballs off a couple bodies, but doesn't find the goal. Dimmel. Out to Bennett. His shot hit a stick. So he had some room in the slot. Pulled free. Holman was knocked off his skates. Bennett on the backhand put it wide. Chipped in front. They shoot and score. The net came off, but it's going to count. Officials are going to talk it over. On the doorstep, it was Dallas Bennett who got the last touch. The officials are going to talk this one over. Net came off before the puck went in the net, but if the officials deem that it would have went in either way, they're going to call the linesman over as well. Pretty long conversation happening here between all four officials. No signal yet as Ryan O'Toole getting a explanation at the bench, as will Sandy McKenzie here for the Bearcats. It looks like this one will count, so 3-2 game. Dallas Bennett with the tally to bring the deficit back to 1 just over 3 minutes ago here in this second period. Mood Ross ahead. Why not? Pokes it through. Stripped by Miller, and he'll knock it down the ice. Blinn first on it. Frizzle down there as well. Sent out in front. Shot comes through. Just missed high off the stick of Hudson Miller. Clow. Dimmel and Why Not with the assist. Blinn will pick it up. Feathers it ahead. Dumped right back in to the western zone as the Bearcats forced the tag up. Sent ahead. Here's Dimmel. Circles back. Cycled down low for Bennett, the goal scorer, in front. Picked off by McNutt. Michaud will go off the boards and out. Hossein to the middle. Michaud. Sent out by Truro. Picked up by Mood Ross. He'll go D to D. Long pass ahead. This is Churchill. He was stripped. Blinn will follow up. Under 2 to play here in the second period. Blinn drives wide. Stripped by McNutt. Scott will collect behind the net. Head for Michaud. Cross ice to McNutt. McNutt. Long pass ahead. Good read by Santo as he's able to pick it up. Webb picks his man off, and here's Keegan Webb back the other way. Cuts inside, stays with it. Webb couldn't get it towards the net. Scott. His pass hits a body. Keckern doing the rest. He'll get it out. It's cleared in by Truro. Webb will give chase, as does Ferguson. Stanfield down low. Rimmed around the wall, Lockyer. Walk the line, keeps it in, nice move. Finds some open room, shot wide of the goal as we come to the last minute of play in period number 2. Hossein. Keckern keeps it in, off his back foot. Gets dumped, but makes a play in front, and they score! Keegan Webb on the backhand. McCackern. Give a big assist to him there. He was able to hold the line, and he got absolutely blasted at the blue line, but he was able to keep the puck in and get it to Webb in the slot. Keegan Webb makes no mistake. His 9th goal of the year. Ian McDonald, that 1-2 punch in terms of goal scoring. He gets a big one there to bring the lead back to 2. Rowan McCackern gets his 2nd assist of the game. Ripley tried to chip it ahead. Dion keeps it in. Kenzie, he's bumped by Tenwold. Couldn't find it. Santo in front. Shot by Dion. Good save. Is made by Grandy as it's chipped ahead. 17 seconds left. One more chance here. Holman. Weaves in. Stays with it. Holman. Shot from a sharp angle. Saved by Tanner. Comes free. Holman. Out to McDonald. Shoots and fires. Kicked aside. One more shot by McKenzie. It pinballs off a body in front. And goes wide as a period comes to a close. A lot of action in that second frame. Hurricanes keep battling back, but then the Bearcats. Grandy's going to go get an explanation here from up here. Ask the official, how's that a goal? He gets a quick explanation, but it doesn't matter right now as his team's ahead 4-2. Heading into the final frame, a big goal there from Keegan Webb to restore the 2-goal cushion in the final minute of play in the second period. We'll step aside for the Flood. We'll be back for the final 20 here at the Rec. Score after 2 periods of play. Bearcats leading the Hurricanes by a score of 4-2. Welcome back for the third period of play in this afternoon's Nova Scotia Under 15 Major Hockey League game between the visiting Western Hurricanes and hometown Truro Bearcats. Noah Poirier with you on the call, courtesy of High Button Sports. Thanks for tuning in. Marcus Tanner will cover that one up quickly, just over 10 seconds in the period. Bearcats with a 4-2 lead. After 2 periods of play, they opened the scoring off the stick of Jackson Stanfield. That was the only goal of the first period, and then would outscore the Hurricanes 3-2 in that middle frame. Every time the Hurricanes got a goal, Bearcats would respond. The Hurricanes, by no means out of this game, by no means have they been playing a bad game whatsoever, out shooting the Bearcats 28-20 right now. Big third period here at the Rec as it's chipped out. Sidney Scott able to bat that down, but it's chopped in deep by Wynot. Hurricanes will make a quick change as Grandy will leave it behind the net for Lockyer. Lockyer ahead, McDonald. Pass across for Miller. Hudson Miller weaves in. It's chopped away by Corkum. Back the other way, here comes Henrik Tenwold. He'll gain the line. Dump it in on the blocker side of Grandy. Grandy's not going to take many chances. Cover up once again. Only one other game in the league today taking place in Cape Breton. John L. Jim Cougars defeated Harbour Age by a score of 6-2. Tenwold behind the net, lose it, and Clough ahead to Miller, return feed. Passed up ahead, Frizzle trying to collect the pass, but couldn't. Hurricanes will get it to the line, but kept in by Miller. Mood Ross swats it across for Blinn. Able to get it out. There are the Hurricanes. Dion trying to find it. He does. Dion through the middle. Gets it back, pass it back right on the stick of Miller. Blinn able to hold the line though. His shot blocked by Clough. On pass ahead was looking for Frizzle. Couldn't find it, and it'll be an icing call against Truro. Just under 2 minutes gone here in this third period. Bearcats back in action next Saturday afternoon as they head to the Apple Dome in Berwick to play the Valley Wildcats. Then they'll finish off their pre-Christmas schedule the following day on the 21st, 1 p.m. back here at the Rec against the Dartmouth Whalers. For the Hurricanes, they'll be in Dartmouth next Saturday. As that comes in, Grandy has to stay tight to his post to cover up. The Hurricanes will be in Dartmouth next Saturday and then in East Hants next Sunday to play the Rangers. So an extended road trip for the Western Hurricanes. McKenzie. And then out to McCachran. Head. Scott, too far for him. And it beats its man, and he'll give chase. Knock first on it. Will send it to the wall. Santo dodges a check and leaves it for Chambers. There's Chambers up the far side. Shot. Missed wide. Kept in by the Hurricanes. It's deflected back down low. Chambers had it knocked away from him by McKenzie. Up the wall, but the Hurricanes keep it in. Sent out to center. Hurricanes will bat it right back in. D-to-D pass. Here's Rowan McCachran. Chipped by Webb, and he'll give chase. Knock first on it. He tries to pivot away. Nobody can find it in their skates. Sent up the wall. Chambers, who takes a bump. It's kept in. On the doorstep. Webb shoots and scores. Second of the game for Keegan Webb. It's a 5-2 lead for the Bearcats. As Webb hits double digits and notches his 10th on the year. Good read from Webb. I believe it was Lockyer who sent the point shot on net. Webb realizing he was all alone in front of the net, so instead of just trying to deflect it, he stopped it up, made a quick move to the forehand, was able to put it over the pad of Tanner. Good heads-up play. Here's Dimmel. He takes a bump from Wadden, but stays with it. Cycled down low. Dimmel gets it back behind the net. Pulls a free. Shot from Ferguson. It's blocked. Here comes Holman. Holman. Rink wide to McDonald. Tried to weave in. Lost an edge. Ferguson back to collect. Will send it to the middle for Bennett. Has one of the two Western goals here. Gorkum sends it in deep. Grandy will leave it for Lockyer. Lockyer picking up the lone assist on Webb's second of the game. Long pass ahead. In on goal, and Tanner will cover up. 16:06 left to go in the third period. Bearcats now lead by a score of 5-2. Draw one cleanly back by Santo. Frizzle will hold the line. Down low, Miller. Back to point, Bowen McNutt. Back down low, Miller. Spins off a check for Clough. This line cycle has been outstanding this afternoon, especially with Clough and Miller. Puck stripped away. Here's Hossein, has some room. He'll stop up, wait for the trailer, pass it towards the middle. Good stick from McNutt. He'll chop it out of harm's way. Winding and firing is Blinn. His shot goes wide. Merriweather stays with it, bumps his man, but here's Santo. Cuts into the middle. His shot deflected wide by McNutt. Frizzle will stop back. He'll give chase. Bumps his man, but the Hurricanes keep it in. McNutt ahead to Clough. 3 wide. Clough looking for the return feed. Just past him. It's turned over. Clough shoots. Good toe save. Made by Tanner. Back up to point. McKenzie throws one high and wide. Frizzle. Down low for Clough. Shields the puck away. Clough still has it. Trying to cycle it back down low. Being watched over by 2 Hurricanes. Hossein chipped it ahead, but it's turned over. And then turned back over to Blinn. Blinn drives wide on Michaud, the 2 number 8s. Michaud angles him off the outside. Knocks him off stride. Dion. Back to the point, 10-wold covering. Finds Dion. Dion shoots. That's blocked and up and over the net. Hughes pinches in from the point, trying to send one towards the goal. That hits a pair of skates. McKenzie will send it out, and that will be an icing call against Truro. Chase Grandy offering water to his defenders as they're not able to change off the icing. Chase Grandy does not lack any personality in between those pipes, and he's having another excellent showing here in this game. Head Frizzle. He's been stuck on the ice for a while. He gets it ahead for Scott. Sidney Scott working 1-on-4. Stays with it. Scott. Shot from a sharp angle. Missed. Kekron will knock it back down low as the Bearcats finish up their changes. Behind the net, Stanfield spins off a check. Has 2 men in front for Webb. Punched aside by Hughes. Webb looking for the hat trick. Down low, Stanfield. Comes to the point, McEachern. Throw it back down low. Stanfield. Pass across. Pass in front, Webb scores! What a play by Sidney Scott. He finds Webb in front. It's a natural hat trick for number 2. As he finds some time and space on the doorstep. Excellent pass from Scott from the corner. Webb's got 3 in a row and makes this a 6-2 game. Dumped in deep. Grandy will slow it up. Lockyer. Spin and fire it ahead. Lockyer. Long pass ahead. Good play by Clow. Clow in. Corkum able to knock him off stride. Good play not to take a penalty there. This Webb will flim it back down low. Clow. Oh, shot. Dill. Good save. Rebound was there. Hudson Dill almost put one in the back of the net. Webb. Back out front. Still continue to battle down low. Corkum. Rimmed around. Webb will slow it up as he took a bump. Webb finds it. Spinning and firing as Clow. That comes loose. Tanner was trying to cover up. Kekron will rim it all the way around as Dill will give chase. Lockyer will pinch it off the line as he absorbs a check. Webb will spin and fire it down low. Clow able to slow it up. Corkum. Head, here's Bennett, has one of the goals here tonight. Pass it off, Dimmel has the other. Dimmel, and shoots! Good save by Chase Grandy, another one. Chase Grandy locked in right now. His 27th stop of the afternoon. Face off, one back, McNutt. Rimmed around, looking for Ripley. Blinn holds the line, that hits the linesman. Chopped away by Ripley, but it'll be an icing. 11.5 to go in this one. Bearcats now opened it up to a 6-2 lead. Wadden. Rimmed around. McDonald first on it. Sends it up the middle. No jerseys there but white ones. Grandy will just cover up. Face-off will come to the right of the Truro netminder. McNutt fan on the pass. Churchill, he gets bumped. McNutt will follow up. Sent back in by the Hurricanes as they'll have to tag up. McNutt. Off the wall, pass ahead. Ripley tips it through. Long pass up. Churchill stops it. Takes a bump from Merriweather. Kenzie, that hits Stanchion. Picked up by Hughes. Nice toe drag move. Hughes works in. Got it through to the net. Not much of a shot, but a good effort. Now Lincoln McDonald back the other way. Pass it off Ripley. Backhands it into the far side corner, and he'll give chase. Santo picks it up. Takes it behind his own net. Will weave out through the middle. Ahead, that's tipped by Lucas. Icing will be waved off. It's McKenzie. Pass through the middle, Holman. As D'Entremont on him, he'll leave it for Merriweather. Long pass out, icing will be waved off. Donald bumps Blinn and tries to stay with the puck. Blinn stays with it though. He has the puck now. Blinn. Absorbs a check, Dion lost it. Donald had to try to get back on side, now he does. He'll go to the bench, Miller lost it to Tenwold. Tenwold weaves it in, good play by Lockyer to stay with it, and he has some room to skate. Seth Lockyer in off the point, shot blockered aside by Tanner. Miller will float it in back down low. Clow has Frizzle going to the net. Drop it off for Frizzle, missed him. Dion will punch it through, Frizzle keeps it in. Settles down, shot, glove save, made by Tanner. Exactly 9.5 left to go in this game. Bearcats lead 6-2. 3 huge saves there from Tanner. Not easy ones either. Dill makes his way into the front of the net. Puck comes across. Webb skied it. Hit a wide open net. Here's McKenzie. His shot deflected by Dill. That goes wide. Marcus Tanner. A flurry here. But he's staying with it in that Hurricanes net. Back to the point. Wadden looks for a lane. His shot's blocked by Dion. Mood Ross down low, as is Clow. Pulled free by Dill. Knock. Dill pulls it free. Taken away. Here's Dion. Lost it. McKenzie up ahead. McDonald to Clow. McKenzie's going to join the rush. Clow knocked off stride. Stays with it. Jacob Clow. Shot. Put it high and wide. Wadden. Down low. McDonald. Long pass out. McKenzie will settle it down. His shot goes wide over the mark. It's Wadden. He's bumped, absorbs a hit. Spinning and firing is close. Save goes off the mask of Tanner, and he's able to stand tall during this barrage after the 7th goal from Sidney Scott. Sidney Scott. Pretty one. He picked off the pass at the point. Was able to outweigh Tanner and put the backhand upstairs. Ferguson up the wall, why not? Left it for Dimmel, but it's turned back over. Ripley down low. Holman in front. Merriweather chops it down low. Holman stops up. Takes a bump. Hurricanes unable to clear. Picked up. Barrett. Just chip it up ahead. Here's Peter Merriweather. Comes free and knocked out. Sent back in deep by Corkum. Lockyer. Long pass. That's tipped by Ripley. Good play. That'll negate the icing. Ripley trying to weave past Corkum, but couldn't. Clow keeps it in. He'll wind and fire one. That misses wide. Michaud will hold it in. Under 5, just over 5 to play, in this 3rd period. Bennett will dump it in to the far side. Michaud will take a peek behind him. Send it ahead. It's kept in by Hossein. Hossein, good drop pass to Lucas. Lucas weaves in. It's kept in by the Hurricanes momentarily. Clow push it ahead to Miller. In turn, gives it off for Frizzle. Jacob Frizzle. Just rim it around. In front of the Zamboni door. Miller takes a bump. Clow pulls it free. Knocked off stride by Blinn. Rimmed around on the near side. McNutt pinches in off the point. Pass it off. Frizzle trying to spin and fire. Miller off his back foot, fanned on it. It's cleared to the blue line. Bearcats will hold it in. Mood Ross battles with Clow as they jockey for position. Pulled free. Frizzle. Sharp angle, has his stick lifted. Good play by Lucas to strip him. Chipped ahead. Good stick by McNutt. Back the other way. Frizzle has a step, but he's at the end of his shift. Has McDonald. He'll pass it off. McDonald settles it down, but just missed on the glove side. Cochran goes D-to-D to McKenzie. He turns it over. Here's Chambers back the other way. Chambers in. Missed. Spun around. McDonald will just chip it ahead. Up ahead. Churchill will get it the rest of the way down. Grandy out of his net will just leave it for McEachran. Pass it at Stanfield. Chips it to the middle for Webb. Webb weaves in, trying to get by his man Knock. Rims it down low. Free Dimmel. Working ahead. Cuts it to the middle. Dimmel stays with it, gets it to Churchill, give and go with Chambers. Back to Churchill, he's at the end of his shift. He'll try to stay with it. He's angled off by McKenzie. Chipped out, good play by Mood Ross as he was able to hold just beyond the blue line, or else Truro would have been away. Pass ahead, why not? Picks it off, good play by Stanfield as he'll knife it out. McKenzie passed it through the middle, Webb couldn't find it, and that'll be an icing. 2:18 to go. Once again, Grandy offering up a drink to his defenders. They'll oblige this time. Both McEachran and McKenzie at the end of their shift. McKenzie up the wall. Dill couldn't find a Corkum shot. Whistled wide. Turned around, Webb. Pass to the middle, Lincoln McDonald lost it. Dill sends it in deep. It'll be an offside. Bearcats will tag up. Ferguson slow to get to his feet. So he was knocked down. Why not comes in. Glove save made by Grandy. His 29th of the contest. Shots now even at 31. Back to the point. Mood Ross sends it wide on purpose, looking for the deflection from Bennett, but he was tied up by Ace Wadden. Turned over Bennett. Cuts to the middle. Shot saved by Grandy. And another one. That'll make it 30 for Chase Grandy. Back-to-back excellent contests for the Truro netminder. Looking like he'll extend his record to 3-4. The Bearcats looking to pick up their 6th win of the season. Inch closer to that 500 mark. Holman ahead, Ripley. Holman will give chase, offside. Is delayed. Skated out. Mood Ross. Knocked away by Merriweather. Churchill. Dialing down low. Centers it. Nobody there. Dill. Chip it up to the line. Not out. Blinn will keep it in. He'll fire it down low, but Dill able to stay with it. It's knocked out. So we come to the last minute to play. Dill. Blinn spins off a check, spins off another one. Takes a bump from Holman, but he gets the better of it. Scott ahead, Webb. Looking for Scott. Good play by Mood Ross. He'll knock it to the line. McEachran. Keep it in as he takes a bump. Pulled out. Blinn finds it. He'll chip it ahead. Michaud able to stay with him, and then a big hit by Webb. Charging call. Just 4.5 seconds left. The officials will look to just get out of here with no funny business. Grandy's still barking directions. It is defenders 31 stops in the contest and another excellent performance. Bearcats will win it back. Michaud will just pin it along the wall. That'll do it. 7-2 final here off the back of a 31 save performance by Chase Grandy and a hat trick from Keegan Webb. The Bearcats muster up 2 wins in a row and have a bit of momentum here going into the last weekend before the Christmas break. Thanks for tuning in on High Button Sports for this afternoon's contest. My name is Noah Bourrier. Thanks for tagging along with me. Final score from here at the Rec. Truro Bearcats defeat the Western Hurricanes